Hey everyone, and welcome back to the channel. We're Guiding Traveler. If you're like us, you believe travel is one of the best things you can do with your time and money. But what if I told you that you could travel even more, just by being a little smarter about how you book your flights? It's totally possible. And today, we're diving deep into the world of flight hacking. Ready to travel more for less? Here are 10 ways to save money on flights every time you book. These aren't just one-off tricks. They are proven strategies we use to get the best deals on airfare, allowing us to stretch our travel budget further than we ever thought possible. The amazing thing about these tips is that they work for absolutely everyone. It doesn't matter if you're a seasoned globetrotter planning a multi-country backpacking trip, or if you're just looking for a quick weekend getaway to a nearby city. Whether you're flying solo, with a partner, or with your entire family, these strategies will help you cut down on one of the biggest expenses of any trip: the flight. We've used these exact methods to book everything from last-minute domestic flights to complex international itineraries, and the savings really add up over time. So grab a notebook, because you're going to want to remember these. Our goal here at Guiding Traveler is to empower you to see the world without breaking the bank. We truly believe that travel should be accessible to everyone, and it all starts with smart planning. By the end of this video, you'll be equipped with a powerful toolkit of strategies that will change the way you book flights forever. You'll know how to find those hidden deals, avoid unnecessary fees, and make your travel dreams a reality. So let's get into it and start unlocking some serious savings on your next adventure. All right, let's start with what is arguably the most impactful tip on this entire list: being flexible with your travel dates. I cannot stress this enough. If you have any wiggle room in your schedule, you can unlock some absolutely massive savings. Most people tend to travel on weekends, flying out on a Friday, returning on a Sunday. Airlines know this, and they price their flights accordingly. The demand is high, so the prices are high. It's simple supply and demand, and you can use this knowledge to your advantage by zigging when everyone else zags. Think about it from the airline's perspective. They want to fill as many seats as possible on every single flight. The flights on Fridays and Sundays are easy to fill. But what about the flights on a Tuesday or a Wednesday? Those are typically the days with the lowest demand, and as a result, they are often the cheapest days of the week to fly. We've seen price differences of hundreds of dollars just by shifting our departure or return date by a single day. If your job or schedule allows for it, flying midweek is one of the easiest ways to slash your ticket price significantly. The same principle applies to the time of year you choose to travel. Flying during the peak season, like summer holidays or Christmas, will always be the most expensive. Everyone wants to travel then. But if you can travel during the shoulder seasons, the periods just before or after the peak season, like May or September, you'll find not only cheaper flights but also fewer crowds at your destination. It's a win-win. Another aspect of flexibility is the time of day you fly. Those super early morning flights, the ones that require a 4 a.m. alarm, are often significantly cheaper. Now that you've embraced flexibility, you need the right tools to find those cheap dates. This brings us to tip number 2. You absolutely must use flight comparison tools. Relying on a single airline's website to find the best deal is like only looking in one store for a new TV. You're limiting your options and almost certainly paying more than you need to. Flight comparison websites, also known as aggregators, are your best friend in the search for cheap airfare. They scan hundreds of airlines and online travel agencies at once. Our go-to tools are Google Flights, Skyscanner, Kayak. Each has unique strengths. We use all three. Google Flights is fantastic for speed and for its calendar view. Use the map feature to explore prices to different destinations. It makes finding cheap midweek flights visual and fast. Skyscanner is another powerhouse. Its everywhere search shows cheapest countries from your home airport. You can enter your airport and hit everywhere to spark inspiration. Skyscanner then orders countries from cheapest to most expensive. That's how we find unexpected destinations. This is where setting those price alerts becomes crucial. You can start tracking prices around 6 months out for an international trip or 3 months out for a domestic one. That lets you get a sense of the typical price range for your route. We recommend setting alerts for a few different date combinations if you have the flexibility. Maybe set one for a Tuesday to Tuesday trip, and another for a Wednesday to Wednesday trip. You can also set alerts on multiple platforms to cover all your bases. It takes just a few extra minutes to set up, but the potential savings are enormous. Don't just search once. Let price alerts be your eyes and ears in the market, waiting to pounce on the perfect deal. This next tip is all about timing. It can feel a little counterintuitive. We're always told to book in advance to get the best price. That's generally true, but there's a sweet spot. Tip number 4, book in advance, but not too far in advance. Booking a year ahead is rarely the best strategy. Okay, let's talk about budget airlines. They often get a bad rap, but tip number 5 is to seriously consider them, especially for shorter regional flights. Spirit, Ryanair, AirAsia. They can offer unbelievably low base fares that major carriers simply can't compete with. We're talking flights for the price of a nice dinner out. We've flown on budget airlines all over the world, across Europe, throughout Southeast Asia, and even on domestic routes in the US. The key to successfully flying with budget airlines is to go in with the right mindset and to understand their business model. Their goal is to get you in the door with a rock-bottom ticket price. They make their money on the extras, or what they call ancillary fees. Checked baggage, carry-on bags, printing your boarding pass at the airport, choosing your seat, even getting a glass of water on board. If you're not careful, these fees can add up quickly and make your cheap flight not so cheap after all. This is why you have to be a savvy traveler when booking with them. Before you click purchase, you need to do the math. Go through the entire booking process and see what the final price will be after you've added everything you actually need. This next tip is a classic travel hacking strategy that so many people overlook. Tip number 6 is to check for flights from alternative airports. Most major cities are served by more than one airport. You have the main international hub, but often a smaller secondary airport a little further out. These smaller airports typically have lower landing fees and are often hubs for budget carriers. That means flights can be significantly cheaper. Let's take London as an example. Heathrow, Gatwick, Stansted, Luton, London City. Budget airlines like Ryanair often fly into Stansted or Luton for a fraction of the cost of Heathrow. You might have a slightly longer bus or train ride into the city center, but savings can be well over $100 per ticket. Use the Nearby Airports feature on flight comparison sites. Instead of typing an airport code like LAX, type the city name like Los Angeles, then choose Include Nearby Airports. So, this chapter is for anyone who wants to take their travel savings to the next level, maybe even fly for free. Tip number 7, learn how to use points and miles. This could be a whole series, but here's the basics. You earn points through loyalty programs and credit card spending. Then you redeem those points for flights. That's how we've scored upgrades like business class. Sign up for frequent flyer programs even if you don't fly them often. It's free to join. Every flight you take earns miles. Add your frequent flyer number to every booking. Even a few miles beat zero. Travel rewards credit cards are the fastest way to rack up points. Many offer huge sign-up bonuses. Think 50,000, 100,000 or more. That bonus can fund a round-trip domestic or an international flight. We sign up strategically to earn these. You earn points on every dollar you spend. Groceries, gas, monthly bills. The key? Pay your balance in full every month. We cannot stress this enough. High interest will wipe out reward value. Our 8th tip is a quick and easy one that, honestly, might save you from paying more than you should. The tip is to clear your browser's cookies or use an incognito or private browsing window when you're searching for flights. There's a lot of debate about how effective this is, but it's better to be safe than sorry. The theory behind this is called dynamic pricing. Here's how it supposedly works. Cookies track your searches when you look up the same route multiple times on a site. They notice you're looking at a flight to Miami for the first week of June. The airline or agency may use that info to their advantage. They assume you'll book, so they might raise the price the next time you search. That creates urgency and pushes you to buy quickly. Is this done everywhere? That's debated. Some studies have debunked it, while many travelers insist they've experienced it. We've searched a route, seen a price, come back an hour later, and seen it higher on the same computer. Then we switch to an incognito window or a different device, and the lower price reappears. It's happened enough that it's now part of our routine. Use incognito mode in Google Chrome Open a private window in Safari or a private window in Firefox. Let's dive into a slightly more advanced strategy that can unlock some fantastic deals. Tip number 9 is to mix and match airlines by booking 2 one-way tickets instead of a traditional round trip. For decades, the conventional wisdom said round trips were cheapest, but that's not always true anymore. The rise of budget airlines has changed the game. Search 2 separate one-way flights and you open a world of possibilities. You might find a super cheap outbound on a budget carrier like Spirit, but Spirit's return might not fit your plans or price. Search the return as one-way. You might find JetBlue or Southwest with a perfectly timed return at a great price. We've made it to our final tip. It's one that can save you money on every single flight you take. Tip number 10 is to travel light. In the age of budget airlines and basic economy fares, baggage fees have become a huge source of revenue for airlines. A checked bag can easily add $60 to $100 or more to the cost of a round-trip ticket. By learning to pack efficiently, travel with only a carry-on, avoid these fees entirely, and keep that money in your pocket. For years, we have been proud members of Team Carry-On. We've traveled for months at a time with just a single carry-on backpack each. It is absolutely possible, and honestly, it's incredibly liberating. You never have to worry about the airline losing your luggage, and you don't have to wait at the baggage carousel after a long flight. You can just deplane and go straight to starting your adventure. The financial savings are just one of the many benefits. So how do you do it? The key is to be ruthless with your packing. Lay out everything you think you need and then cut it in half. Seriously. Pack versatile clothing items that can be mixed and matched to create multiple outfits. Choose fabrics that are lightweight and wrinkle-resistant. Packing cubes are your best friend. They help you compress your clothes and stay organized. And there you have it, our top 10 tips for saving money on flights that the airlines probably don't want you to know. From being flexible with your dates, using the right tools, traveling light, using points and miles. These are the exact strategies we use to make our travel dreams a reality. We hope you feel empowered to find amazing deals for your next trip. Every dollar you save on a flight is a dollar you can spend on memories. Until next time, get lost and find yourself. Subscribe for more travel tips.